Hello and welcome. I have a ThredUp kit analysis video for you. My name is Trisha and my business name is Sandy and Otto, and I sell on some other platforms and have some videos up, and I also send clothing to ThredUp specifically for sale. And so this is a kit that has gone through the whole process. Actually sent it in winter, and it sold through winter and spring. And so I'm just going to go through and analyze kind of the items I sent in, what they sold for, and what has happened with the items that didn't sell. And I'll give some updates on kind of what's going on with that. So first of all, I had 23 items that I sent in this bag. 16 of them were accepted, so 7 of them were not. And of those 7, one I decided, and I had totally missed that it had some staining on it that just wasn't going to come out. And so I decided not to sell that item at all. And the remaining items I did go ahead and list on eBay and Poshmark. I do cross post on both of those platforms. And so far of those items, I believe one has sold and the others are still listed, which is fine. They can just sit. I'm more of a long-term seller. I don't have to flip things right away, so I'm okay with letting things sit, which is kind of why I'm also okay sending things to ThredUp, knowing that the processing time takes a little longer. Sending things out and getting customer approval kind of, on whether or not items are going to be returned means the payout is going to be longer. And again, I'm okay with that, and knowing that that's going to happen also helps when you're dealing with ThredUp. That a lot of times, unless it's something that's sold into a goodie box, you're really not going to get an item back or payment on an item right away. So when I do send bags in, though, I do as you can see here, I do put the $10.99 return assurance on those, so that as of the 7 items, I would get those back and then be able to sell them and make a profit. And pretty much the sale of the one item so far has paid for that. And so, that definitely helps when you can then turn around and sell things and get that money back. So of the 16 items that were accepted, 7 of them sold, which you can see right down here, 7 of them sold. And my amount of payout was $122.74 that I received for those 7 items. This amount up here, this remaining potential payout, I have no idea what that is for. If you know, please feel free to leave that in the comment. I would appreciate that, because again, this box has been long closed. We're done with this one, and so I don't know why that amount would still kind of be hanging out there. But let's take a closer look at the 7 items that did sell. First up is this Torrid jacket. This was a Torrid size 3. So that would be kind of an extra large, I guess. This one did sell in a goodie box, so I did receive payment much sooner on that one, and I am going to, is it this one? This one I hover over. The sale price was $51.99, and so I received $16.23. Next up, these actually were the same pattern and went together, but they were sold in separate transactions. This Caslon, which I believe is a Nordstrom brand item, sold for $44.99, and the customer who bought this used a 20% off coupon. So I received $9.95. Now, the 27.5% payout was based on the $44.99 purchase price, not the $36 price, which would have had a lower percentage payout. And oops, there we go. And then the dress pants, I believe the dress pants, yes, the pants were also sold in a goodie box. And so they sold for $36.99. Now I do, and I forgot to mention this earlier, I do adjust my prices before everything goes live, and I do adjust them up pretty much as high as they will go, up to that 80% amount, which would be then reflected as approximately 20% off of the retail price. So I am able to adjust my price to 80% of the retail price. And I do that primarily because I, of course, want to sell at the highest amount possible. Also, with people using coupons as they did in this one, I get a higher payout, having a higher price with them being able to use a 20% off coupon. And then also because of items going, like in this case, into a goodie box, I again get a higher payout. It's only costing ThredUp $8.70 to put it into a goodie box, but I get the highest payout possible that I can on those. And so I try to, for as long as possible, to keep those prices high. Although sometimes if I feel like it's an item that could be in a goodie box, I will kind of maybe lower the price a little bit to make it a little more enticing for ThredUp to select it for a goodie box, or if it's just an item I feel like might sell at a lower price, then I might lower it. But I really do try to keep it as high as possible so I can get the highest payout. Up next is this Style & Company denim jacket, very kind of traditional blazer style denim jacket. Made it a little bit different than your standard, I guess more of a guy's style denim jacket. And let's see. This one was a good size. This was a 16W. I forgot to mention that the Caslon items, the blazer was a size 4 and the pants were a size 6. This blazer here was a size 16W, so that was a little more versatile size to work with. And this one sold for $40.99. Now I was able to originally mark this up to $47.99, but then I did lower it a little bit, and I don't know why I didn't mention that before on the other ones. I do apologize for that. This one I originally was able to mark up to $58.99, and so I did lower that a little bit. The blazer I was able to mark up to $56.99, and then I lowered that a little bit. The pants I was able to mark up to $47.99, and then I did lower those a bit. And so getting back to the blazer, originally I was able to mark this as a $47.99, and it sold for $40.99 with the 20% off coupon. And what else I was going to say? Oh, and again, the payout being 25.5% was based on the $40.99 payout. So $8.37 payout on that one. This Eileen Fisher cardigan, which is, it's very hard to see black, I do realize. This was a really nice, it was a very long cardigan. It had a belt, like a tie belt around the waist. This one, I specifically remember this one because I picked it up at a rummage sale and it was covered in, I don't know, hair, cat hair, dog hair, I don't know what. And I went, oh, this is in really rough shape, but this is a really nice cardigan. And so I went ahead and picked it up. It was like, I can't even remember, like $5, you know, throw it in a big plastic bag, and anything you could put in there was $5 or something. And so I was willing to take a chance and willing to put in the work to get this one cleaned up. And when it was listed, I originally could list this one for, oh, and now I can't see. But it originally had a $208 retail price. And so I was able to mark it up to like $180 or something. $170 maybe, 20% off of, yeah, something like that. Um, but I really didn't get a lot of takers because that is an awful lot of money. And so I did play around and I did do some dropping. I did do some dropping of the price. And it eventually, as you can see, sold for $91.99, which for this style cardigan really is a good deal. I mean, this was a very substantial cardigan. It was practically like a coat. Um, it was gorgeous. When I was done with it, it took several bits of work to get it that way. But you can see being sold at $91.99. My payout was at 55.2%, which is ideal to get a nice $50 payout. And I feel that was definitely worth the work that I put into it. And this one was a size extra large. So again, I felt like that was definitely worth the work. This was a really fun Lauren by Ralph Lauren cardigan because it was definitely more like a suit jacket. Didn't really have a sweater feel to it. Definitely had more of a jacket feel to it. And it was a size medium and it was a petite. And I was able to have this as a start out price of $79.99. And it eventually sold for $69.99 with a 20% off coupon. And again, that 42% payout was based on the $69.99%. And so the payout being $23.53. And then I will scroll down here to the last item that sold, which was this Torrid blazer. And this one sold in a goodie box. And I was able to price this one originally for $70.99 and then eventually lowered that to $51.99, which then it was picked up for a goodie box. And this was a Torrid size 2. And so I received the $16.23 payout on that. So let's take a look quickly at the items that didn't sell, and I'll go through a bit of kind of what's going on with those items. This is a pair of, oh, where is it? There it is. Charlie super skinny jeans. They were very glossy. I'm not even sure how to describe them. They were really fun feeling because they didn't feel like jeans at all. They were brown. slightly more of like a wine-colored brown than a standard, I guess like a mud brown. Not sure what else to call it. They photographed horribly, I have to say, with the mannequin legs that they use in ThredUp. They did not look good. And I was worried in looking at the picture that it just wasn't appealing and they really weren't going to sell. When I received these back, one thing I will mention that I was able on these were retail priced at $109, so I was able to start them off at $86.99. They were a size 6, and I just didn't really get any takers. I did end up having like 4 um, favorites, like likes on this item, but really not a lot of activity. I did go ahead and relist those myself, and I believe they sold on eBay pretty quickly. So again, that was, I believe I pay $6.61 to reclaim, to fill a box and reclaim. So definitely already made the money back by the sale of these lucky jeans. And next up are these Ann Taylor dress pants. These are a size 14, which is a good size. Just had 4 likes on them. I was able to price these at $94.99. Lowered the price, paid, played around with the price. Didn't really get a lot of interest, but these I have already sent back to ThredUp, and so they are in the queue to be processed. This Caslon skirt, which went with the other Caslon items, I went ahead and I have this listed. It didn't have any real interest at all in ThredUp. I don't think people really search for this brand. And so I just kind of have this listed in my eBay and Poshmark stores. This is a size 6. See if somebody's, interested in it for, to add to a bundle or something. Tahari dress pants. These items, or this pair of pants actually was purchased, but they were returned. And so I did go ahead and send these back into ThredUp to be processed because they have the retail price of $149, and they did have 7 favorites on them, and they are a size 10. And I thought that was a good size. That was enough interest in it that I thought definitely worth sending back in. This onyx cardigan, almost more of, I don't know, like a kind of an old-fashioned evening jacket or something, like you would, go out to a fancy dinner and you'd put this on, had the little button here and the rest is open. It is beautiful. It's so hard to get a good picture of this. I decided not to send this back into ThredUp because they only priced it at it did have a retail price of $89, which was decent, and it did have 3 likes on it, but I just didn't at this point it wasn't enough interest, and so I thought maybe I'll try selling it on my own. Now I'm not really getting much interest on it either, so I may change my mind and send that one back. These Neiman Marcus linen pants, definitely going and have sent these back in. They had a retail price of $140, and they did have 5 likes on those. And so again, enough interest in those that I went ahead and sent those back. These black Jones New York pants. These were a size 16. I thought they would do better, but they didn't. And so I went ahead and listed, no, I did not. These I am sending back. because one, because they're a size 16, which is definitely a good size, and two, because they had a retail price of $99, which meant I could list them at $78.99, and they did have 4 likes. And I thought, being a size 16 heading into winter, maybe people will need an extra pair of black pants. Although I'm not sure for what now, but maybe somebody will need one. Maybe they'll float around till next winter. Who knows? And the last item was this Chico's pullover sweater. This had a very open weave to it, so it was not a heavy sweater at all. It was a nice lightweight sweater. This was a size 3 also in Chico's sizing, which I felt was definitely a good size. It had a retail price of $89, which meant I could list that for $70.99, and I had 3 likes, kind of favorites on that. And so I definitely felt that was worth sending in again. So we will see what happens. So that's just kind of a quick analysis of this kit. Kind of what happened to it and how things sold and kind of where the items are now. Again, the 7 items totaled for $133.73, less the $10.99 that they kept, and then they paid me $122.74. And thank you for watching this video. Appreciate it. And if you have any questions or comments, please feel free to leave those behind. If you enjoy this type of content, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video on your way out. And thanks again, and I will see you next time.